I got the notion that they mouths is open and all that's just talking when they ain't comparing to me. They ain't comparing to me. They ain't comparing to me. Take a closer look and you see they ain't comparing. By the time
Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim. This is a Cash Calling AC Sports Report. Before I get really into this video, which I'm going to do, I want you guys to check out the best new sports website on the internet, blitzsportsnetwork.com. This site has been up for 3 days, and it has a total of 14,231 visitors. You can post blogs, listen to the podcast, go to the chat room, read blogs about any sport. I mean, it's basically the best sports site out there because there's no bias. There's, okay, if you think this way, send Bruce the article, and Bruce, as long as you're not, as long as you're not being biased, Bruce will put it up. It's pretty simple, and it's so far a really good website. You can buy clothing. I mean, everything about this site so far I'm really, really impressed with. And I don't think it could have gone any better than it has these first 3 days of the site. Help make this site one of the biggest websites on the internet. You can do that by going to blitzsportsnetwork.com for your sports site instead of going to ESPN, Fox, Bleacher Report, CBS, SB Nation, whatever website you go to. Instead of doing that, this is a website where you can get all your news from, and you get it from people that are on your level, don't feel they're above you, whatever. Alright, now let's get into this LeBron James thing. Again, that website is blitzsportsnetwork.com. LeBron James, I mean, this guy, I support LeBron James because I believe that the way he's treated by the media is wrong. I mean, I'm not a LeBron James fan, I'm not a LeBron James hater, but I guess if you don't hate LeBron James, that technically means you support the guy, even though I'm a Sixers fan. I just kind of look at this guy and say, this is one of the most talented players to ever step in the NBA. And I also look at him and say he's one of the most, I don't know if it's unfocused, but the way he conducts himself doesn't make it look like he's very focused. Let's start off with how this whole thing went down. First of all, LeBron James goes to John Clayton, obviously ESPN head NFL reporter. I really like John Clayton, by the way. He says, when is the deadline for a team to sign a free agent in the NFL? He replies, week 16, you can, or week 16 or 17, you can jump right in there, sign, it's all good. And then he responds, all good, thanks Clayton. Then Pete Carroll jumps in. I mean, this is a point where I said, look, Pete Carroll to me just annoys the hell out of me because this guy basically screwed USC over, and I don't like USC, but what he did there was wrong. And here's what he said to him. I kind of think of you as a touchdown maker, but is it true you think of yourself as a pass rusher? He also says other things like, do you know what the rookie salary is in the NFL? And LeBron says, yeah, more than what I'm making now. I mean, it's just the motivation of LeBron James. Just when you choked in the NBA Finals, I mean, he carried his team in the NBA Finals, and that's great. But the bottom line is LeBron James choked in the NBA Finals. There's no nice way for me to put that. And the focus does not seem to be there. I understand he went to Miami to win, and that's why I never had an issue with it. But you would think after what happened in the NBA Finals and all the criticism he's taken so far and will continue to take until he wins a title where he plays the best in the NBA Finals, I don't know. I mean, if you're bored, LeBron, then go play overseas like everyone else is doing and stay in shape. I understand people say, well, I don't want to go overseas because I don't want to get hurt overseas. That's fine because of contractual obligations. I don't want to risk getting hurt somewhere else and having my contract voided. Although you're LeBron James, and there's no chance of that happening. But I understand you don't want to do that. But if you're going to be bored, at least go play the sport that you're going to play. I understand you were an all-state tight end. I've heard LeBron James say numerous times that football was actually his favorite sport. But you know what, LeBron? You chose to play in the NBA. You're the face of the NBA, whether that's a positive or negative thing. And it never seems like this guy is 100% with it. I don't know. I mean, obviously, guys like Maverick Carter, who are handling his PR, do not do a very good job, unless you are LeBron, you just want to get your name out there, which is what it comes off as. Look, LeBron James comes off to me as a nice guy. I think a lot of people disagree with that he comes off as a douchebag. I didn't look at one hour special and say, look, LeBron's a douchebag, because every other time I'd seen a microphone in front of him, my impression was, wow, this guy's really not great at speaking to the media, but he doesn't get in trouble and he seems like a pretty decent guy. That was my impression of LeBron James. So, but back to this, I think he needs to look at what Kobe Bryant does, and this is the reason why there are so many Kobe fans that cannot stand LeBron, because regardless of what is going on off the court for Kobe, let's be real, Kobe has always stayed focused on the court. He's probably going to go play in Italy for a little bit. It depends what happens in the NBA season. I've had Dave Mendonca of BreakdownShow.com tell me that there's going to be a season, there's just too much money on the line. I've had Bruce Blitz tell me they're just so far apart on this, and I kind of think that. I think that, yeah, there is a lot of money on the line, but there's a lot to fix with the NBA, and if you need to go do something during this time, then go play overseas. Kobe is focused, he's driven, and that's why people like him. Maybe you don't want to learn off Kobe's shot selection, but the guy has been a true leader, and look, LeBron, a lot of the things that Kobe does positively are what people want to see out of you. So, I mean, Kobe Bryant had issues before where he lost a lot of his fans with the whole rape thing or sexual assault, whatever it was called. And he got through it, and now there's people who believe Kobe Bryant's the best player in the NBA, which is wrong, because I think LeBron, if you go through every single stat, LeBron destroys Kobe. I'm not saying that because I'm a LeBron fan, because I'm not. But I think that people think that Kobe's the second greatest player of all time, and he's not. But the bottom line is that this guy has come back from that, and he's won numerous rings. Whether he carried his team to every single ring, I'm not going to get into that. But the bottom line is that Kobe Bryant has come back, and he's gotten through all this. And I think LeBron just needs to sit down with Kobe for an hour or two, whether it's on the phone or something, and just kind of sit down and say, look, what can I do? And you can start, LeBron, by deleting your Twitter. I am not one of the Twitter haters. I tweet. I have 6,900 tweets. But I'm also not LeBron James. I also don't have a million people who dislike me because they believe I'm not focused or whatever the deal may be. And I think that nothing positive comes out of LeBron James having a Twitter. He's trying to repair his public image, and it just doesn't work. And the final thing I want to get into with this whole video is all these people saying LeBron's going to go to the Cleveland Browns. First of all, LeBron is not going to the NFL. All this being said, he's not going to the NFL because there's so many things in his contract that just would not make it possible. But all these people saying, oh, he's going to go to the Cleveland Browns. My ass. I mean, I know the Browns need some entertainment because they're the Browns. Obviously, Peyton Hillis is a pretty damn good player, but they're still the Browns, and now... But the city of Cleveland, I mean, the Browns might as well move away if you get LeBron James back there because they cannot stand him. I don't blame them because he left the city. They cannot stand him, and I just don't think that would be a very smart move, and I don't think the Browns would do that. I think all this guy's going to bring necessarily, if you would have been able to bring him in for the NBA season, was a distraction that really wouldn't be worth the time because it's going to take him too long to learn all the playbook. It's going to take him too long to... We don't even know what position LeBron James. It's probably tight end, but is it worth the trouble? Probably not. LeBron, look, man, you have as good a talent as probably anybody that's ever stepped on a basketball court, but you need to keep working with Hakeem Olajuwon on the post game, and you need to go prove it out on the court, whether it's in America, whether it's in Italy, Turkey, Beijing, Taiwan, Iraq, Iran, whatever the hell the deal is. You need to go prove it. You need to stay focused on one thing and one thing only: winning the MVP and winning the NBA Finals. And mostly just the NBA Finals. Because that is the one thing that people are going to knock you for until you get done with it. People were saying he's going to go to the Browns. Stop looking at one commercial that happened while he was still with the Cavs. Just stop, okay? LeBron James is not going to the NFL, but LeBron, you got to get it together. And Pete Carroll, just shut the hell up. Seriously. I'll see you guys later.